So happy to have you here for our mindfulness meditation practice. Mindfulness meditation quiets the mind, stills the mind, creates that mind like a nice still glass smooth pond. And when the mind is quiet, that is when we can connect to the inner divine. That is when we can connect to our beloveds on the other side, and we can channel more clearly. That is when we can connect to the inner peace within us. So in order to reach that divine presence and really know the God of our understanding, it's really essential that we quiet our mind, because when our thoughts are churning and there's all kinds of disturbances and diversions, it's like lots of waves on the lake or the pond or the ocean. There's lots of waves. And when there's lots of waves, we can't see that reflection of the trees and the sky all around because of all the thought disturbances in our mind. And it's the thought disturbances within our mind that keep us from connecting purely to that divine of our understanding. That source that sustains us. We are always one. We are never disconnected from that source. All the thoughts that we could think could not disconnect us, but we have a sense of disconnection. We're not experiencing that oneness with the divine as we would when our mind is still. So in this mindfulness meditation, I just opened the door so we could bring some extra sounds in. The birds are chirping, and we are going to be using sound as our anchor. So we are going to be listening. We're going to be quieting the thoughts inside so that we can listen. There's many ways to do mindfulness meditation. We can have an anchor on our breath, which is what we often do. We can have an anchor on a mantra. And I invite you, if you need a couple anchors, you can do that as well. Sometimes people like to really anchor into the breath, can anchor into the part of the body, a chakra or a body part. I love anchoring into my heart and doing a self-love, just pouring that love in. But today we're going to be anchoring on sound. And I invite you to join me, or if there's an anchor that you like better, you can do that. You can hold a hand mudra. I like this hand mudra where we bring all the fingers and the thumbs together, rest them in our lap. It almost makes like a little heart in there. Some people like to rest the hands on the knees, if that feels better. And you can bring the thumb to any finger, finding energetically what feels best for you, because that activates different meridians as you touch the different fingers. I'm going to activate them all by bringing all the fingers and the thumbs together and resting it on my lap. So I invite you to gently and kindly close your eyes and begin to bring your attention inward. And we are going to take a few breaths into our belly. We're going to keep the breath into the belly throughout this practice. Breathing into the belly calms the nervous system. It triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, brings us into relaxation. So we want to make sure that the body is relaxed. And when we're in that parasympathetic nervous system, which breathing into the lower belly triggers the nervous system. It's almost like a trick. We just breathe into that belly and it tells the nervous system that we are safe. You can start to produce those health building hormones like serotonin, the feel good hormones. Deep belly breaths. If you'd like, you can slightly engage that Mula Bandha to just tighten up that energy field within you as you move into this mindfulness meditation. Become deeply rooted to the inner being, rooted inside. And from this place of deep inner connection, begin to listen for sounds. Noticing sounds that are close to you first, that are more prominent. Just maintaining this awareness on the sounds around you, alert to what sounds are occurring in your space. If you hear birds, you may hear a few different species, a few different bird calls. Being very alert to the sounds around you. If thoughts and thinking and activities of the day enter your mind, simply label those thinking. Let them know you will be there to attend to them at the end of this practice, and bring your mind back into listening. Presence. Present moment listening. Full observation mode. You may at times even want to expand your awareness to sounds that are a little further away. Knowing yourself to be that pure, awakened awareness, simply observing the external sounds around you. Not judging any of the sounds, simply that neutral observer, noticing the sounds in your space. Maybe even going back and forth from distant sounds to closer, more prominent sounds. Staying focused on listening. Remembering if thoughts enter, just reminding yourself that is the thinking mode. That's okay, but this isn't the time for it. We're in observation, listening mode. Alert. You are simply awareness, listening. Keeping the breath flowing in the belly. Alert listening. No judgment. Simply receiving the sounds. Allowing whatever sounds that are arising to arise with no judgment. You feel yourself judge, just let that go. Allowing it to arise as it arises. You are the awareness that allows the sounds to arise and fall. You are the silent stillness that allows the sounds to arise in your field of awareness. You are the receiver, silent and still, rooted in the self. And imagine that you are one of those discs that picks up sound in space. Just receiving, you're the disc. You are the consciousness, the stillness. You are the silence that allows the sounds to arise and fall. Keeping the breath flowing in the belly as you rest your consciousness in silent stillness, receiving the sounds, allowing them to arise and allowing them to fall as they will. There may be many sounds in your space, or maybe just a slow hum of a furnace or a fan or a refrigerator. You are the silent canvas. That allows the sounds to arise and to fall. Becoming completely absorbed in the sounds as they arise. Judging and resisting none of them. Alert to all the sounds in your environment. Simply receiving and listening without any judgment or interpretation of the sounds. It's the neutral observer. If thinking arises, simply let that go. Can come back to that after this practice. Right now, we're in an observation rather than thinking. It's disciplining the mind. Staying in a state of noticing, state of equanimity, without any judgment, simply noticing and observing, witnessing sounds that arise in your space. Very alert. Noticing if you can hear a few sounds simultaneously. Be spending 5 more minutes in this mindfulness meditation. So, in this next 5 minutes, see how alert and focused you can be, how still and silent as you simply listen. Alert awareness of the sounds that arise from the silence that you are. Thoughts arise, just gently and kindly bring your awareness back to listening. Imagine a pool within your own mind, your own consciousness. Glass smooth, still, silent. Receiving the sounds, near and far. Moving into that Ujjayi breath. Listening to that Ujjayi breath for a few breaths. Taking some deep breaths into the belly, coming back into the body, feeling the earth below you. Making an intention now to bring this silent, still mind with you throughout the day. Be that calm amidst the storm. Be in the world, yet not of it. Staying anchored in your awareness, conscious awareness. Knowing you are that silent stillness. That conscious awareness. And this awareness that you're connected to, this aliveness, this intelligence, this love, this infinite divine presence and soul power can never leave you. Nothing in the outside world can threaten this connection. I mean, this is the primary relationship and connection. And intending to be rooted in love, deep within this connection to the eternal self, the silent witness. Coming back, opening your eyes. Thank you for joining me for this mindfulness meditation with Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, and of peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.